Are you serious? Are you serious? This is amazing, but they have just announced Israel is going to name a new train station after President Donald J. Trump. In Jerusalem, in the old city, a train station will be named after Donald J. Trump. Israel has announced the transportation minister is pushing ahead with a plan to extend Jerusalem's soon-to-open high-speed rail train line all the way to the Western Wall, where they want to name the future station there after President Donald Trump. The Western Wall is the holiest place for all the Jewish people in the world. And they've decided to name the train station. So in other words, you can get on a train, let's say, in another part of the city, or I think maybe all the way in Tel Aviv. You can take this high-speed train all the way to the wall. Take it right to the Western Wall, if that's one of the places you want to get off. That's in the old city. And imagine that, the holiest site in all Judaism, and they're going to name the train station after the President of the United States. But following his historic and brave decision, very prophetic, to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of the state of Israel, Transportation Minister Yisrael Katz told the Jerusalem Post. The national daily newspapers first reported this yesterday, that the transportation minister had approved the final construction plans for the train, which will include excavating a 2-mile tunnel at the entrance to the city to the Cardo, which is in the Jewish quarter. And I've been there, so that would be really neat to get on a train there, go and be able to go 2 miles underground and come out at the Western Wall. That would be pretty cool and very much needed, actually. So the train station, incredible, really, going to be named after President Donald Trump. Quite amazing, really, to be honest with you, folks. The route will take travelers through downtown Jerusalem, under the politically and historically sensitive old city. The Western Wall is the holiest site where Jews can pray. The transportation ministry spokesman said Wednesday the project is estimated to cost more than $700 million. And if approved, it would take 4 years to complete it. According to the Transportation Minister Katz's office, in a statement, the minister advanced the plan in a recent meeting with Israel's railways executives and has fast-tracked it in the planning committee. Katz said a high-speed rail station would allow visitors to reach the beating heart of the Jewish people, the Western Wall, and the Temple Mount, and they can get there very quickly, right to the Western Wall and the Temple Mount. They're preparing, folks, for the building of the third temple. I'm just telling you, this is part of it, to get people to have quick access to the Temple Mount. And then, of course, once this is all part of their plan. I mean, just telling you what they're doing, and it's really right out of the pages of the Bible. Trump's announcement acknowledging Jerusalem as Israel's capital and his pledge to move the American embassy there enraged maybe some of the Palestinians and much of the Muslim world, but the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution last week, even rejecting the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem. I don't know why. They're 22 years late. The U.S. Congress had already done this. The U.S. Congress had already passed a law that Jerusalem was the capital of Israel and that we were moving our embassy there. And the President of the United States at that time, William Jefferson Clinton, maybe they should give him a spike or something in the rail. He signed it into law, but then didn't have the guts to make the move. And neither did George W. Bush nor Barack Obama. But Trump told everybody when he was running, he told everybody, if you elect me, I'm going to do this. The difference between Trump and most of your politicians, he actually does what he says. And folks said, well, we'll vote for him. He won't do it anyway. And then when he does, it's like, whoa, what? Well, anyway, the Western Wall train proposal will likely face some opposition from the international community. I don't know what that's got to do with them. This is the nation of Israel, and this is the city of Jerusalem, their capital. And I don't see how the world's jurisdiction has anything to do with it. If you truly believe in sovereign nations, which the UN says they do, then you would stay out of meddling in sovereign nations' matters. They don't come to anybody's rescue. Where was the United Nations when people's getting their heads cut off in Iraq? Where were the United Nations when women and children were being raped and murdered and butchered in Syria? Where was the United Nations when the Boko Haram girls were being abducted from their Christian schools and turned into jihadi brides? But don't talk about Jerusalem. You see, this is a spiritual war we're talking about here. But it's also very prophetic, and the prophecies of the Bible continue to come to pass. And for Donald Trump, well, it'd be the Donald Trump train station at the Wailing Wall. Are you serious?